Deep Dive with David Stendhal, where we trade without ego, no emotion, no greed, and no opinion. Before we begin tonight's video blog, please read over our trading disclaimer and remember to trade smart and accept the reality that trading futures is risky. This presentation does not provide buy-sell recommendations, and our information is strictly provided for educational purposes only. As always, trade at your own risk and analysis. Hey, it's David Stendhal with tonight's Deep Dive. It is March 7th, 2018. I thought I'd take a look at gold, the ETF being GLD. Got a mixed bag here on the trends. You can see that the shorters to the downside, intermediate and longer term are to the upside. We've got a positive technical rating despite the fact that the market sold off a little bit. But we actually triggered today a wave low, and we have some support to the market. The other thing I'm going to point out here is that there really is nothing that's popping up here just recently when it comes to some of these pro alerts that we have for the market, but I'm going to show a couple that are not listed but will be listed on the website here soon enough. So let's take a look at the market itself. And here is gold daily bars. You can see that we had a nice pop to the market yesterday, and then it completely reversed back below the 50-day moving average. I'm not really giving that a lot of credence. It just seems to be meandering in and around it. But the support to the market right through here, it's only a 13, but it actually links up this 13 support, which is at 1316. Now, what I want you to understand is that this is a daily chart. We also look at weekly charts. We also look at intraday charts. So when we look at our support and resistance, what we're doing is we're grabbing data from multiple charts, multiple time frames, and we're coming up with where we think real support is across that base. So when we talk about gold and we have support to the market, I'm just going to show you specifically what we're talking about. When you go to the website, and you'll find this under, let's see, where is it? Resources, nope, signals, and then market targets. Then you just go to gold and you'll see this particular chart here. So here's today's close. And what we have here is we have multiple time frames. So what we do is we add up the strength. I just showed you the one that's at 13. Well, that would be a 13 value as far as strength. The C that you see here represents the count. So what's basically happening is that 1313, it was actually 1316. We come up with a weighted average across all of those different time frames, and we have a strength of 171. Now that's strong support to the market. The C represents counts. We have 6 separate support levels on those 3 different time frames, and they add up to a strength of 171. Point is that it's finding where there's key support to the market. Should it actually fall, we would be looking at 1313 or 1314 when it comes to gold. Now, I'll point this out. As far as resistance, we've got 1330, or maybe 1331 if you will, a strength of 157, and we also have a 6 count. So we're kind of between with an extreme here. That's a pretty good size push between the upper support, or resistance I should say, and the lower support. But that's where we stand right now. So those will be the key levels that you want to look at when trading gold. Now for our purposes, I'm going to point this out first. Here's the gold sector. So we trade gold. The systems will trade copper and platinum. So just to interpret this, from the surface, it looks like we're net long one position in gold with a whopping $20 profit. We're completely flat. That's why it's black. Sometimes it says hedged if it's perfect hedge, but it's flat, 0 contracts, 0 profitability. Platinum, we have 2 separate short systems. You can see that it's gray and it's pointing down to -2, which means 2 systems or 2 contracts with an open profit of $5,600. That's the surface level to this. If you went into some detail, and since we're talking about gold, I want to point this out. Today, we liquidated a short position. We established, and that was on an intraday basis, we established a new long position on a weekly bar. We've got a little loss going on right now. We have a short system that's just 120, and then we have a long system that is 90. So net, forget about this one because that liquidated its position. We have three positions out there, a long, a short, and a long. So you net those together, 2 long minus 1 short, or long 1 contract. So there's a difference because I get this question every so often. It says that you're long gold. Yes, we are. And it's saying that it's long 1 position, which is true. But when you look at the details, that's where you can figure out when do these positions get established, what is their open position profit, what were their prices, what kind of a system is it? Is it swing based or pattern based or trend based, and gives you a net obviously greater detail. So right now, when we're looking at gold, we are net long the position and not liking the fact that it broke back below that 50-day, but we're buoyed by the fact that we have a wave low that is triggering. You can see that the market is rallying off this sell-off that we had back on the 2nd. And if we take a look at some of the pro alerts, they may not be showing up right now, but they're still active, where we had a pause that occurred on the 1st, and we had a doubt low that occurred on the 2nd. And these are going to be factored into the website, both here at Signal Trading Group as well as for our new site that we're going to be delivering more content on, that it bodes well for the long position. So I'm not really overly concerned with the position right now, with the fact that the market sold off a little bit, but we're going to be coming up to that support level here very, very quickly, and it had better hold at that level. So you can always find the actual number if ever you're interested, just going to the targets, and you can find if that should break this top one here, which isn't very strong. It's got a 56 with a 2 count. This is the key one right through here, and it's a weighted average of the different support and resistance levels, so it comes down to a single number, but it's actually a weighted based upon the strength of those different levels. It comes down to a specific number, so it may not correspond to a low that you may have seen in the past because it's a weighted average, but nonetheless that's going to be the key number that we're going to be looking at. So that will give you at least an idea as to what's taking place here. So we've got the wave low, we got major support, we got nothing going on with the seasonals, the technicals are still strong, so watch gold from the long side and just beware of that level that we just referred to. This coming weekend, Saturday, we're going to be promoting the new website, which is Value Charts, plural, so Value Charts Trading, and we're going to be doing a presentation specifically on profit-taking indicators, the surge, the flow, and the doubt. And so we'll start to put a little more information in this particular presentation as far as this chart or table, I guess. We'll be doing a little bit more with the other site where I can spend more time going into exactly what these things represent and how we trade them. For the Signal Trading Group, it's really geared more towards the systems and the background on the markets, while the new site is definitely going to be more focused on what these things represent and how to interpret this information. And the object is that you'll have access to these different squiggles, these crosses, big crosses, the dots, big dots, little dots, and what they represent and how you can use that information on your day-to-day trading. So you're not dependent upon us or a chart. You can actually apply this to any market, stock or commodity or futures, obviously, and you can apply it to whatever market you want and be able to get an idea as to how to actually use this in your day-to-day trading. So our first foray into presentations, detail-oriented type things, will be this coming Saturday. If you're interested, you can contact me, put yourself on a list, and we can let you know the specifics to the webinar. And then we're going to be doing a heck of a lot. I've got so many presentations. I think I've got 12 big meaty topics that we're going to be talking about through the Value Charts Trading website, and it's going to really provide an exact or a very specific trading plan on how you can trade any market. more detail than what I would be willing to do inside of a signal trading group. But with value charts trading, we'll go into a lot more detail. So enough of the commercial. Just beware that we're going to be trading off information between the two sites. And value charts and the pro alerts are going to get into the weeds and get into the very specifics on how to interpret this information. So hopefully you'll enjoy the different types of presentations. Do sign up at least on Signal Trading Group's website. Go to contacts if you will. Otherwise, we'll be letting you know how you can get in touch with us and be able to get more information from us for the other webinars. So thanks for watching, and we'll talk to you tomorrow.